All right, joining us on Pirate Radio Live on a Monday. First, let me introduce the best producer in the biz, Jared Watkins. He's doing a fantastic job.
You going to tell him it's Tuesday or you want me to?
Did I say Monday?
Yeah.
You know what? We're not going to edit this out. We're going to keep it in. Brian Bailey joins us. I'm still not used to seeing you in here on Tuesdays. It's weird to me.
I'm not used to it either.
Tuesdays at noon, you can hear the Brian Bailey Show. Great Campbell preview earlier today.
Turned out great.
We'll talk more about the Fighting Camels with, once again, Chris Haymeyer coming up Wednesday on Pirate Radio Live.
Good.
And, of course, Chris Haymeyer, you introduced him, WCTI 12. He was the voice of the Kinston Indians.
Yes,
he was the host of the Fifth Quarter Call-In Show.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, for a year or two. So he's
I did not realize that.
He's been around the block.
I'll be darned.
Even here at Pirate Radio. But Bailey, look, I'm not excited about Campbell Week. I'll say this. After hearing from their head coach, hearing from Dale Steele, I'm a little more excited about the game.
I think I am too. Yeah.
So
I enjoyed talking to both those guys, and it's like Coach Ruff said one time. I think they lost to an NC State type team or somebody early on, and somebody said something about pressure. He said, "You think that's pressure? That next one that you're supposed to win, that's pressure.
Yeah, lose that one and see what happens.
Yeah, lose that one and see what happens. That's what he said.
Yeah." But Pirates looking to get to 1-1 on the year. We have kind of dissected everything from last Thursday, Bailey. But the temperature on the fifth quarter was what in the world was going on the first 17 minutes of that game, whatever. And then I'm very optimistic about what transpired for most of what happened after that start. Is that kind of how you came?
Yeah, I mean, everything we talked about in the preseason – and leading up to the game, we think the offense is ahead of the defense. We think the offense is going to score a lot of points. We think the offense is a well-oiled machine, and it was a clunker coming out of the gate.
We wasted 6 months of talking this offseason.
We just made up stuff.
You even said it. I mean, how many times do we say the game's going to go this way, and it goes the complete opposite?
And it goes the opposite, and that's what happened. And you give credit to State. They put their foot on the gas in the first half, and then they took their foot off the gas in the second half. And I'm not sure what they were doing. And East Carolina was able to stick around in the game, drove right down to the 9-yard line. And we talked about it that night, the 4th and 1 call. Good teams run the football when they need to. And they couldn't run the football the entire game, but they did run the 4-yard touchdown run on the little option going to the right side. That's what I was looking for, something like that where Caton could pull it or Caton could pitch it, but it didn't turn out that way. And John David Baker's a whole lot smarter than I'll ever be. But it just came down to that one play, and they had to convert. And I was really encouraged when Blake said, hey, we were going for 2. I would have loved to have seen that play call on the 2-point conversion. Because talk about something you could talk about for a long time. And then you'd have, Blake Harrell saying, we won this game on the last play of the game last game.
I was thinking,
like Steve Logan.
Yeah. You could have the Blake Harrell press conference moment. But the Pirates come up short in Raleigh and now have Campbell, and then it's going to set up an interesting 2 weeks to wrap up the non-conference. If you get to 1-1, you go to Coastal and still have an opportunity to get folks really excited about a big home game against BYU.
You certainly do. If you do what you're supposed to do against Campbell, you go on the road. We all know Coastal Carolina has had a great football history, though they looked abysmal against Virginia. Because I had a chance to watch most of that game, and Virginia just went up and down the field on them. So I'm not sure how good they are this year. They have great facilities down there. We saw that in the regionals when East Carolina went down to play against Coastal and those teams, Florida and that bunch in the regionals. But it should be a nice couple of games, and then get ready for BYU, because that's going to be a real test.
Jared, we'll bring back Wednesday on the show Ken Watlington's North Carolina power rankings. Got to bring that back for this year.
I wonder where he's going to put his Tar Heels.
That's why I brought that up, Bailey.
He had a rough day yesterday because my Cubs beat him, came from 6-1 down, and beat him in the 10th on a walk-off. And then the Tar Heels, wow, that was crazy television last night, because Carolina had that place rocking, and that first drive, it was everybody was, in our newsroom, we were all shaking our heads going, holy cow, this Carolina team and they're this is great. This is crazy. They're just that good. And then they didn't do anything the rest of that night.
A blowout, and we'll see if Belichick can right the ship there, or if it's going to be a long year.
Well, he's got two good chances coming up next, Charlotte and Richmond, I think, the next two. So,
Brad Johnson's son throws a touchdown to Brad Johnson's other son. That was an interesting wrinkle in the game last night.
That was late.
But man, I'm interested to see where this goes. If it's a complete rebuilding project, they talked about all the new players, but how long is Belichick going to be invested in this? I almost felt like he was going to come in and maybe try to win right away and go 3 or 4 years. But is he down for a rebuild type thing?
I don't think so. I really thought he was going to come in if he had great success in year one and had even more success in year two. He'd hand it over to his son and get out of there, but.
I'll tell you what he doesn't have, a quarterback. That was some rough QB play.
And he doesn't have an old girlfriend either.
No, she's young. A lot of great jokes last night on social media.
Have you seen the video of her going out in the field talking to him?
I
think it was before the game. Have you seen it? And it's just, what is she doing? I mean, come on, think. I mean, come on.
She's living the life.
I guess. What if she had some idea about a trick play or something she wanted to trot out there and.
Again, there was millions of jokes. I do like the one where they showed the score 41-7 and said, ironically, he was 41 when she was 7.
That was funny.
Pretty.
That was very well done.
Bailey, what did you make of the first week of college football?
It was fun to watch.
Alabama.
Oh, that was good. That was good. Florida State, Miami, both from the ACC with big wins on the opening weekend. But there were some, really big games, Texas, Ohio State. I felt bad for Arch Manning because I just didn't think he would play that poorly, and he didn't play very well at all.
He looked really bad.
Yeah.
But better days ahead.
Which one do you have that Arch Manning thing with Mully? Are you?
I'm on Arch is good.
Yeah, well, you lost that one.
Well, it's a 12-round fight.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I
right now, he's got the bucket out.
Yeah, I was down for about 8 seconds and got back up, but I'm in trouble in that one. I admit. But brighter days ahead for all these offenses. Talked to Andre Allison about it yesterday, and he said the whole, defense ahead of the offense. He wants to see. He said, I hope this isn't the trend because he likes seeing some good offenses mixed in with some key clutch stops down the stretch, not just 14-7 games. So I'm interested too, Bailey, to see, is it a defensive renaissance or is it just week one? And the offenses will catch up.
Yeah, well, you think about the East Carolina Campbell series. If you look at the old scores from the 30s, I think 2 of the games were 7-6. One of them was 6-0, I think. So we've had low-scoring games, but that's from the 30s. So it's been a long time since then.
I think we're going to see more points. I think we're going to see I think the run game will get going this week, obviously, and much better than it did a week ago against Campbell.
Yeah, I think so, too. And it has to. I mean, it really does. It has to. My phone's buzzing hard. But it's a spam call.
Was it Drew Steele?
Won't stop.
Bella?
No, it's an 800.
Bella found a way where you can't
number
decline
that
our call.
Jiminy Christmas.
All right. It's Jerry Jones asking.
Well, he may be
asking his approval rating.
Well, when I looked at the trade, we were in Raleigh getting ready to go on, and it was like, oh my goodness, what So I started analyzing it and looking at it, and then the more. What bothered me about the trade was every young sports pundit out there just ripped the Cowboys.
Like Jared Watkins.
Just ripped them to shreds. I mean, they didn't do any research on where they're at in the salary cap. How can this help them? What do they have? What kind of young players do they have? They don't have anybody like Micah Parsons on the roster. I'll give you that. But they've got some really good young, defensive ends that I think can put some pressure on the quarterback. They've got 2 first-round draft picks to do something with. If Jerry screws them up, it's a bad trade. If Jerry comes up big, maybe it works out. But I just think you have to look at the whole picture. You can't just – because it's Jerry Jones, obviously he's a clown at times. I did watch the rest of the Cowboy thing on Netflix. It was very good.
Great documentary.
And Meador said I would cry at the end, and I did, so that was that.
Well, you'll be crying soon, too.
Exactly.
Season starts Thursday.
Probably will. You think so, do you?
I'm
optimistic.
I thought the Cowboys were going to be better than most, but I don't know. Now I'm leaning towards it's going to be maybe 7 wins, something like that.
Really?
What do you think?
Where do you got your Commanders at?
10-7.
Really?
Well, you're just going to say really? Do you want to throw any predictions out there?
Yeah, 10-7 for the Commanders. I'll take that.
Cowboys?
10-7.
Eagles? 10-7.
10-7. No.
How about everybody?
I don't know. I don't know if I still have this theory about Super Bowl champions that have, they come back the next year and they're just not as good no matter what happens. They had a year where they didn't have that many injuries and they were able to overcome what they did and that kind of thing. And usually the next year it hits them worse. I don't have any visions of grandeur that Dallas can beat Philadelphia in Philadelphia Thursday night, but I'm hoping to see a really competitive game and then, get some momentum from there. Commanders have the Giants, right?
Yeah, and I don't like – and, man, it seems like we do it every year in the NFC East, but division games week 1, I don't really like them. I wish and then I do like that they pile them on at the end of the season, but somebody made a good point. I was listening to a podcast. By the time you get to week 14 and 15, like 60% of your roster is left because of injury. So, like –
that and the fact that some teams have clinched and aren't going to play.
Yeah, some of those games don't matter,
and some of those games just don't matter. It matters for one team, doesn't matter for the other, and that kind of thing. So, yeah, but I like the divisional games, but I don't like them in week 1.
Yeah.
One year Dallas lost at San Francisco to open the year, then went on like a 10-game winning streak after that. So I'm kind of hoping something like that might happen. But.
All right, healthy Dak, right?
Healthy as healthy can be right now.
I
think I'm worried about the running game. I'm hoping that we see something that we don't see in the preseason. Which the preseason, why do we even play these games? It was the Commanders go 0-3. You're not concerned because they didn't play anybody. Cowboys were 1-2. They beat Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean they could probably just do this stuff with joint practice.
Right, just do some of it, but they won't because of the owners and because those games.
They sell tickets.
Exactly,
part of the season ticket package.
Right. Well, that's the reason.
I got Cowboys and Eagles Thursday. Got the Brazil game on Friday once again, Bailey, which I know you'll be out covering high school football, but Chiefs Chargers is Friday.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking of soccer you were talking about. The Brazil game, I was like, what are you talking about?
Brazil, USA. Yeah. No, Chiefs Chargers Friday night. It's a good game.
I forgot about that, yeah. We'll be doing high school football, week 3 of the high school football season.
What are the big ones around here, Bailey?
We've got West Craven and New Bern. Both are 2-0. That's our game of the week coming up. Then we've got a couple of – Pitt County's got all kinds of games. Rose is playing Laney. Laney played Conley earlier in the year.
2-0.
Conley won a big one up at Northeastern. It's hard to go to Elizabeth City and beat Northeastern. And they were down at the half. I think it was 19-7 at the half, and they came back and I think they scored 31 unanswered. But they rolled it up. They were good. Conley looks good.
Good deal. All right. Anything else, Bailey, going on?
No, just getting ready for the Fighting Camels coming to town. Should be a big crowd at Dowdy Ficklin. Should be perfect weather. So
we'll talk to you in the 2 o'clock hour.
Yes.
In studio.
Yes, I'll be in studio 2
on the Bud Light pregame tailgate.
Yep, that'll be good.
Looking forward to that on Saturday. The Hall of Famer Brian Bailey joining us. Check out the Brian Bailey Show. 6 o'clock. A great Campbell preview, and of course Brian Bailey's Touchdown Friday coming up this Friday. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.